Hi guys, Mark Gellard here and welcome to the beautiful South Florida. Now today what I'd like to do is take a look at the one-handed backhand, and that's mainly because of the emergence of Swiss phenom Stanislas Wawrinka, who just had a breakthrough tournament at the 2014 Australian Open. And what I'd like to do today is just break down and dissect this shot, because this is a rare shot now on the ATP and WTA tours. A lot of players are preferring the two-handed backhand due to the advantages such as having that extra strength on the top hand and also for the return of serve. But Wawrinka has shown us here in the last couple of weeks that you can still play at the highest levels and win with a one-handed backhand. So what I'd like to do today is show you some video of him, show you some advantages and disadvantages of the one-handed backhand, and then show you some simple ways that you can improve your one-handed backhand if that's what you prefer. Take a look. Okay, the first thing I'd like to talk about today is the preparation, the very first part of a backhand swing. And one of the common errors that I see with recreational players and even some advanced players is the way they prepare their racket. So what I want to encourage you to do today is to learn how to prepare efficiently. And the way that I like is by using the left hand. And often we can use the left index finger if you're a right-handed player, and reverse that if you're a left-handed player. But using that left index finger, placing it on the string of the racket and keeping the racket head high. The reason that I like for you to keep this high is twofold. One, in this position the racket is lightest. When we allow the racket to come more to this position, the racket becomes heavier in our hand. That makes our muscles more contracted. Thus we're going to get a more tense and less natural swing. So make sure that that racket stays nice and high at the start. The second thing is, as we're preparing the racket, we're going to use that index finger, keep it on the strings and help us to turn our shoulders. The second mistake I see a lot of players making is that they come into this position here, a nice high racket, but then they fail to turn. So it's very important here that we keep that left hand on the racket helping to prepare it, and then as we prepare and turn, the racket stays high and we naturally get a unit turn with our shoulders. Very important point when we're hitting the one-handed backhand. Take a look here at this beautiful demonstration.
In this video here we can see Stanislas Wawrinka demonstrating perfectly how to execute a one-handed backhand in the preparation phase. What you'll notice is he has a beautiful unit turn, keeping the left hand on the throat of the racket, and you'll also know if we watch again once more here how the racket stays nice and high, which gives him a lot of leverage and torque and allows the racket to stay nice and loose and light in his hand, falling into the slot right before contact and giving him lots of power and topspin.
Okay, now the second area I'd like to address about the one-handed backhand is the importance of balance. You will often see players hitting a one-handed backhand at high levels with their feet crossed in this position. This is not something that's highly recommendable for the two-handed backhand, but we do see it more often on the one-handed backhand side. But it's crucial that you maintain balance throughout the motion, otherwise you're going to have big problems, as this shot requires a lot more racket control than a two-hander does, and also it is less forgiving. Take a look at these videos coming up now and watch the great wide base that each of these players has established with their backhand, and they are able to maintain this position throughout the swing all the way until the ball has crossed almost over to the other side of the net. This is so important because without this balance, hitting a one-handed backhand is almost impossible. Take a look at this.
In this video, Roger Federer demonstrates to us the perfect way to execute a one-handed backhand. In this video angle, you'll notice that his feet are slightly crossed, but he has a wide base established and his front foot stays firmly planted on the ground throughout the shot, giving him optimum balance and power.
Now the third and final area that I'd like to take a look at today is the follow-through. I've seen this time and time again where players, especially in the slightly lower recreational level players, like to use their wrist a lot, and I see a lot of this as they're finishing over the shot. This is an incorrect technique. What we're looking for is a great unit turn, preparation, and then as we follow through, we want to keep that wrist nice and firm throughout the end of the swing so that we're using the big muscles and we're allowing the racket to slide through its natural path. I often see players wanting to use this motion here like a windscreen wiper. Not efficient, not powerful, and will also most likely lead to some wrist problems in the long run. So very important here, when you see this next video, take a look at the follow through and how the player is extending right the way out through the ball and keeping that wrist in a nice firm position through the end of the swing. Take a look.
In this final video clip here, we'll see Stanislas Wawrinka once again demonstrating to us a perfect one-handed backhand. And what I want you to pay attention to here is, although his racket is up at the back of the swing, as it comes into contact, it stays nice and firm throughout, and he avoids that windscreen wiper motion that we see so many recreational players doing. He keeps his wrist nice and firm and allows the big core muscles, the legs, the shoulders, and the hips to do all the work and create the power and torque required.
Okay, so now we've gone through this video, you've learnt the importance of three crucial things. The preparation, keeping the racket high and having a good unit turn. Secondly, the importance of balance throughout the entire shot, and that requires strength, coordination, and good footwork. And thirdly, we talked about the follow through and the importance of not using the windscreen wiper motion, but instead keeping that wrist firm throughout the swing so the racket can follow its natural swing path. By doing all these three, hopefully you'll have a backhand like Stan Wawrinka or Cole Schreiber or maybe even Roger Federer. Keep practicing hard and keep checking back for more videos soon. I'm Mark Gellard, thanks for watching.